Hello there, and welcome. I'm so glad you've arrived. Perhaps today has been heavy. Perhaps thoughts still linger in your mind like echoes that do not wish to fade. Or maybe you are simply the kind of soul who enjoys drifting into sleep with gentle stories, with quiet wonder rather than with restless counting. Whatever the reason, you have reached a safe harbour tonight. Here, you're free to rest. There is nothing left for you to do, no duties to complete, no lists waiting in the background. This is your time, a time for breathing more slowly, a time for shoulders to drop, a time for your body to settle softly into stillness. Feel yourself lying here, supported, secure, at ease. And now, as your chest rises and falls with each breath, imagine gravity itself loosening just a little. Imagine that you are lighter, that the heaviness of the day is falling away. Every exhale takes with it a little more tension, a little more weight. You're floating, weightless, calm. Because tonight we are not only gazing up at the sky from the ground. Tonight we will drift within it. We will travel through our home galaxy, the Milky Way. A vast spiral of stars, dust, and invisible matter, turning quietly in the darkness for more than 13 billion years. It is beautiful, it is ancient, and it is full of secrets. Some of those secrets are strange. There are rogue stars flung outward at impossible speeds, sailing alone into the deep night. There are forces we cannot see, invisible scaffolding that holds the galaxy together. There are remnants from the earliest times, stars older than the Milky Way itself, glowing still with quiet persistence. The Milky Way is not finished, not frozen, not fixed. It is alive in its own way. It grows, it collides, it creates and destroys. It begins again and again. Tonight, you will drift with me from the outer arms to the hidden core. We will pass through delicate streams of stars, the scars of ancient collisions. We will pause at stellar nurseries where gas and dust ignite into new suns. We will acknowledge the presence of black holes, silent and powerful, shaping the orbits of everything around them. We will explore mysteries that even now remain unsolved, questions that continue to whisper through the silence of space. Some of what you hear may surprise you. Some may only spark a gentle curiosity, a thought to carry into your dreams. And perhaps, as the story unfolds, you will not notice when your eyelids grow heavier, when your breath falls into rhythm with the turning of the galaxy itself. This is not a lesson, it is a journey, and you are free to drift as deeply as you wish. The Milky Way has already collided with others. It has absorbed them slowly, quietly, across billions of years, and it will do so again. Even galaxies are not eternal in their shapes. They are travelers too, bound by gravity, meeting, merging, transforming. One day, far in the future, our galaxy will meet Andromeda. Their spirals will stretch, their arms will tangle, their black holes will spiral together. The stars themselves will mostly never touch. They are too far apart, but the galaxies will be changed forever. A new form will rise from that encounter, vast and luminous, still and yet alive. Think of this as you rest. The galaxy you live in has never been one thing. It has always been stitched together from others. Streams of stars circle us, remnants of companions long unravelled. Even now as you lie here, the Sagittarius dwarf galaxy is being pulled apart, its stars added to our own. And far beyond, Andromeda drifts closer, step by step, light year by light year. The meeting is certain, but it is far, far beyond the scale of our lives. There is no hurry, there is only time, there is only motion. And some of the stars you see above are older than the Milky Way itself. They were born before this spiral even had its shape. They came from smaller galaxies, primordial fragments of the early universe, pulled in and preserved. Their chemical fingerprints reveal their age. They contain almost no heavy elements, no iron, no calcium, only the simplest beginnings. They are elders among the stars, moving slowly high above the galactic plane, keeping watch like quiet spirits from a time before order. To look at them is to see the early universe, raw and wild, still learning to become what it is. Meanwhile, our sun and planets are not fixed in place. They orbit too around the galactic center, moving at astonishing speed. The Earth, the Moon, the Sun, the entire solar system sweeps forward at over 800,000 kilometers an hour, and still, it takes over 200 million years to complete a single loop. This is called a galactic year. In all of Earth's history, in all of the solar system's age, we have circled the galaxy only about 20 times. When the first dinosaurs appeared, we were in a different neighborhood of the Milky Way. The stars they saw above them are not the same ones we see today. Everything changes, everything drifts. Quietly, slowly, endlessly. Even now, the Milky Way is still growing. It gathers material from the space between galaxies. It absorbs gas. It captures stars. It pulls in dark matter streams. It grows not like a living thing, but like a deepening structure of gravity, always gathering, always reshaping itself. The Milky Way is not the same today as it was when dinosaurs walked. It will not be the same for those who come billions of years after us. It is a story without an ending, and yet, from where we stand deep inside it, we cannot see it whole. We do not know exactly how many arms it has. Dust clouds block our sight, stars blur together. The grand spiral is hidden from us, glimpsed only through instruments, inferred only by patterns. It may not be a neat pinwheel at all, but a layered swirl of stars, twisting, fragmenting, reshaping under forces we do not yet fully understand. Within it, most stars move calmly, but a rare few are flung outward. These are hypervelocity stars, hurled away at over 1 million kilometers an hour, fast enough to escape the Milky Way entirely. Some are born from pairs of stars torn apart by the black hole at the center. One is swallowed, the other is thrown outward, exiled into the dark. They drift alone like glowing comets with no return. They remind us that even in a galaxy bound by gravity, there are moments of sudden release, quiet expulsions, journeys without homecoming. High above us, Andromeda continues its slow approach. Two spirals drawn together by gravity, destined to merge in 4.5 billion years. It will not be a clash, but a dance. Tidal tails will stretch, shapes will warp, and in the end a single new galaxy will rise, patient, luminous, whole. There is more to this calm night. More to this river of light arching from horizon to horizon. We are not outside of it watching, we are within it. We are passengers, we are participants. Some stars here are older than the pattern that holds them. Older than the disk, older than the tidy spirals we sketch in books. They drift in the halo, metal poor and ancient, their light thinned of heavy elements, their paths tilted high above the plane. They may have formed in small primordial galaxies that later merged with ours. They move like elders, slow and sure, carrying the universe's early chemistry in their glow. Our sun, our planets, our small blue home, none of them are anchored. We sweep around the Milky Way at a breathtaking speed, more than 800,000 kilometers an hour, over 230 kilometers every second. Even so, the loop is so large that a single orbit takes about 225 million years. A galactic year. Since the solar system formed, we've completed only a handful of these long circuits, about 20, perhaps a little less. When the first dinosaurs appeared, we were elsewhere in the Milky Way. Different neighbours, different sky, everything is in motion, quietly, steadily, endlessly. The galaxy itself is still growing. It gathers gas from the intergalactic medium. It captures small companions and their stars. Streams of dark matter feed its halo. Sometimes the growth is quiet, wisps in falling, clouds dissolving. Sometimes it is disruptive, Dwarfs torn apart, their stars spread thin across the sky. The Milky Way today is not the Milky Way of long ago, nor the Milky Way to come. From our seat inside the disk, we cannot see the whole design. Dust veils distant regions. Crowds of stars blur together. For decades, maps showed 4 grand arms. Newer looks suggest something messier. Arms that split and fade. Segments that wrap unexpectedly. Patterns that change with distance from the core. Not a neat pinwheel, but a layered, living swirl, shaped by forces we do not yet fully master. Most stars drift gently, a few do not. Hypervelocity stars are flung outward at astonishing speeds, fast enough to escape the Milky Way entirely. Some begin as pairs that wander too near the central black hole. One falls in, one is slingshotted away, a lone traveller hurled into the dark. They remind us, even in a bound system, sudden release is possible. A quiet ejection, a long, solitary road between the galaxies. Andromeda continues its slow approach. 2 spirals edging toward the same future. In about 4.5 billion years, their disks will be drawn into long arcs, tidal tails curling like ink in water. Black holes may waltz together. After ages, a new single system will remain, a slow, elegant dance. Not ruin, revision. Not all stars follow the crowd, some orbit backward, retrograde, especially in the halo. They likely came from elsewhere, brought in by old mergers. Their reversed motion is a memory written in movement. The Milky Way has eaten many dwarfs. Their stars now thread our halo, our disk, our streams. One great event, a kind astronomer's name to remember, reshaped our early structure. Our galaxy is a composite, stitched from quiet collisions, its past preserved in the way stars move and what they're made of. Every star carries a chemical fingerprint, a pattern of elements impressed at birth. Some are rich and heavy elements, born in dense, enriched regions. Others are nearly pure hydrogen and helium, telling of a younger universe. By reading those signatures, astronomers group stars into families, uncover old mergers, retrace the steps of formation. Chemistry becomes a time machine, light becomes a record. Across the sky, thin rivers of stars arc and curl. Stellar streams, the ghost-fine remnants of galaxies pulled thin by tides. Some wrap around the Milky Way like faint halos. Some dive toward the core. Each is evidence. Each is a ring in the tree of our galaxy's life. Our disk is not flat, it is gently warped. One side bends upward, the other downward, like a vast wave frozen in a turn. Radio maps of hydrogen gas reveal the bend beyond where starlight fades. Satellites tug, dark matter clumps press from below. Nothing about a galaxy is perfectly still. Over time it flexes, it breathes, it changes shape. Under a dark, moonless sky, far from city lamps, you might see a few thousand stars. It feels like an ocean. It is a drop. The Milky Way holds over 100 billion stars. Most are hidden by dust, by distance, by faintness beyond our eyes. The pale band we call the Milky Way is only the innermost whisper of the whole. We live within a river of starlight so large our senses cannot drink it in. Stars do not orbit like planets. They move at many speeds. Inner regions spin faster. Outer regions lag less than expected. Spiral arms are not solid things. They are patterns, density waves, like slow traffic jams of stars and gas. As the wave passes, gas compresses. New stars flare to life, painting the arms in curls of blue and white. Our sun swims in this swirl, moving in and out of these patterns over time. The galaxy is not a clock, it is a current. We are adrift in it. By all visible measures, the Milky Way should fly apart, the outer regions spin too quickly. But there is more mass than what we see. Dark matter, silent, invisible, holds the galaxy together. It does not shine, but its gravity outweighs the stars and gas many times over. We do not yet know what it is. We know what it does. It is the scaffolding. It is the frame. At the very center lies Sagittarius A, a supermassive black hole over 4 million times the mass of the Sun. We cannot see it directly, but we have watched nearby stars whip around it, tracing tight, fast loops. Sometimes gas falls inward and flares, X-ray bright. For now it slumbers. Long ago it may have burned like a quasar, flooding the core with fierce light. It is the silent conductor, leading a slow, relentless dance. Map the center, and you find a surprise. The bulge is not a smooth sphere. It swells in the middle, narrows at the ends, a three-dimensional peanut, likely shaped by the rotating bar of stars that crosses the core. Bars stir gas, bars feed the center. Gravity sculpts inner architecture over billions of years. We live in a spiral, but its heart is intricate, layered, alive. The arms are woven with nurseries. Great clouds of hydrogen and dust drift through the disk. When they meet a density wave, they compress, light up with newborn suns. Ultraviolet light paints the clouds, tracing the curves of the arms. Every star, even our sun, was born in one of these cloudy cradles. Beyond the bright disk lies the halo, diffuse, nearly invisible. It contains ancient stars, globular clusters, and much of the dark matter that gives the galaxy weight. The halo preserves debris from mergers, streams and shells left behind like fossils. It is the outer memory, dim but decisive. Globular clusters, tightly bound, ancient spheres of stars circle the galaxy like bees around a distant hive. Some are over 12 billion years old. Many hold stars that predate the disk. They are stable, patient, golden. They tell of conditions close to the beginning. Star formation has slowed. The Milky Way is still making stars, but not at the pace of its youth. Gas is thinner or warmer, harder to collapse. We live in a quieter chapter, middle age glowing gently, still creative, unhurried. Some stars are older than the disk itself, living mostly in the halo or thick disk. Study their motion and chemistry and you peer back to an era before tidy structure. They are the elders, witnesses to the galaxy taking shape. A galactic year, one orbit around the center, lasts 225 to 250 million Earth years. The Sun has completed fewer than 25 of them in all its existence. The speed is astonishing, the path is vast. On this scale, our histories are brief sparks. Still, we are part of the motion. Rotation does not behave as Newton would predict for visible matter alone. Outer stars move too quickly, the curve is too flat, dark matter makes the numbers work. The disk turns like a wheel not because we know every detail, but because something unseen keeps it whole. Across the disk lie enormous molecular clouds, cold, dark, star-forming reservoirs. Some are so dense they swallow visible light, appearing as black patches against the stars. Inside, gravity gathers matter into clumps that collapse into new suns and worlds. They are the wombs of the galaxy, quiet and hidden. When massive stars die, they explode as supernovae, brief, blinding events that enrich space with heavy elements and send shock waves through the interstellar medium. These waves compress nearby clouds, sparking fresh rounds of star birth. Destruction and creation, braided together. Dust hides much of the galaxy in visible light. Tiny grains of carbon and silicates weave through space, veiling entire regions. Infrared telescopes peer through the dark, revealing nurseries glittering behind the curtain. What looks empty is often a cradle. What looks dark is part of the process. Not every gas cloud becomes a star. Some remain cold and quiet, stabilized by turbulence or magnetic fields. They drift like possibilities, waiting for a nudge or for dissolution. Nothing is wasted. Stars live, burn, and die. They return their material to the galaxy, supernovae spreading metals, red giants shedding shells, planetary nebulae drifting outward. From that enriched medium, new stars and planets form. Every atom in your body has passed through this cycle, born in a star, scattered, gathered again. The Milky Way is not a stage, it is an engine of renewal. Astronomers seek metal-poor stars to read the early universe. These faint elders, thin in heavy elements, preserve conditions from a time just after the Big Bang. They are fossils written in light. Stars wander. Some leave their birthplaces, nudged by gravity, by resonances, by the slow tug of spiral arms. Some are flung fast, others migrate gradually inward or outward. Even our sun may not be where it began. Home for a star can be temporary. There may be a galactic habitable zone, a broad band between a chaotic core and a sparse outer rim, where conditions are steady, metals are plentiful, and life has time to arise. Earth orbits within that band, in a quiet lane between larger arms, where storms of radiation are rarer. Beyond visible light, the galaxy hums. Cosmic rays stream through space. X-rays and gamma rays spark from collapsed stars and black holes. Radio waves drift from gas and pulsars and hydrogen's cold breath. The Milky Way sings in many frequencies, a hidden symphony. Above and below the core, two vast gamma ray lobes, Fermi bubbles, glow like ghostly balloons. They may be relics of a long ago outburst from the central black hole, or echoes of fierce star formation. They are reminders. The core has a past we can only infer. Our solar system sits in the Orion Spur, a quieter lane between the Sagittarius and Perseus arms. Not too dense, not too sparse. Perhaps this calm helped life find time. In infrared, the centre shows a bar of stars, a glowing bridge, common in spirals. It rotates slowly, shaping inner arms, stirring gas, feeding the core. Structure is not just a picture, it is a process. We are members of the local group, a family of more than 50 galaxies bound together. Milky Way and Andromeda are the giants, dwarfs drift around them like small islands. Gravity holds the group in a long ballet. Over time, orbits curve, companions merge, streams lengthen. The disk itself has layers, a thin disk rich in young stars and gas, and a thicker, older, puffier component with lower metallicity and tilted orbits. Sediments of time settled into structure. A vast magnetic field threads the galaxy, weak by earthly standards, powerful across such distances. It guides cosmic rays, shapes how clouds collapse, aligns dust and arcs above the plane. Invisible but influential. Between the stars, the interstellar medium is not empty. It's a web of gas, dust and plasma. Filaments, bubbles, shock fronts, cold dense knots. Supernovae carve cavities. Winds sculpt edges. A turbulent sea in slow motion. Cosmic rays pass through you every second. High-energy messengers from long ago explosions. Neutrinos slip through everything, ghost-like, carrying whispers from stellar cores and supernovae we rarely notice. The galaxy is speaking anyway. The Milky Way is not perfectly symmetrical. The disk is thicker on one side, some arms are brighter or more curved, the warp is lopsided. These quirks are scars, records of interactions, mergers and the pull of dark matter. Character written into shape. Some of the oldest stars we know drift in the halo, nearly as old as the universe. Their light nearly untouched by the heavy elements. They are small in mass and rich in memory. Near the centre, stars orbit faster. Farther out, they lag less than expected. The disk moves like a great wheel whose rim does not fall behind as much as simple gravity would predict. Dark matter smooths the spin. Stars are born from cold, collapsing gas. They ignite. They shine. Many are born in clusters, tight families that drift together until tides peel them apart. Over time, clusters dissolve into the general star field. Even the Sun likely had siblings, now scattered and dim. Some stars are hypermetal poor, so spare in heavy elements that they feel like first echoes after the first supernova. Rare, precious, lanterns from the dawn. Planets form in many places. Around new stars, disks of gas and dust spin and gather into worlds. Some familiar, some unlike anything we've imagined. Solar families everywhere. Our Sun orbits near the co-rotation radius, where the average speed of stars matches the rotation of the spiral pattern. This may help us avoid frequent crossings of denser arms, fewer nearby supernovae, fewer disruptions. A calmer neighbourhood by resonance, not by walls. As the Sun circles, it bobs up and down through the galactic plane like a cork in a slow tide. Some have wondered if this motion touches life and history on Earth. The answer remains uncertain. Still, it is a gentle reminder. Even our steady path sways. We do not know what dark matter is. We know it is there. It shapes rotation. It binds the halo. Most of the galaxy's mass lies outside the bright disk, in an unseen shroud. The core may once have flared as a quasar. Now it is quiet. Echoes of that brightness linger in bubbles and reflections. Galactic structure changes over ages. Arms shift, bars form, gas flows inward and out. The disk ripples and warps. Beauty here is not in permanence but in transformation. Across the universe, collisions send out gravitational waves, ripples in space-time. They pass through us faintly. Space itself flexes. We do not feel it. We can still listen. Some stars follow elongated, tilted paths, relics of swallowed dwarfs and ancient disturbances. Their orbits are maps, three-dimensional clues to the hidden shape of mass and memory. Rogue planets wander untethered in the halo, worlds without suns, dark and cold, warmed only by their own slow heat. Dust grains dance to magnetic fields, spinning, aligning, polarizing starlight. Kilonovae, neutron stars colliding, forge gold and platinum, sprinkling their signatures into future stars. Deep in the center there may be a smaller inner bar, tilted differently, helping to funnel gas inward. From the cosmic web, thin rivers of gas feed the Milky Way, cold filaments slipping into the disk, hotter streams glowing in ultraviolet and X-ray light. Clusters of massive stars blow super bubbles, chimneys that vent hot gas into the halo, where it cools and rains back down. A galactic fountain, a breathing loop. In X-rays, the galaxy is alive with hot gas, compact remnants, and accretion around black holes. Pulsars tick with astonishing precision, cosmic clocks across the disk. Radio waves map hydrogen, reveal hidden arms, trace the warp. The Sun was likely born in a cluster. Its siblings are scattered now, lost among countless lights. The disk wobbles. Tides stretch clusters into streams. We do not yet know the Milky Way's exact mass. It may even outweigh Andromeda. The Magellanic Clouds may be on their first close pass, trailing a vast stream of hydrogen behind them. Some gas and stars orbit on polar paths, reminders that the galaxy grows from many angles. Giant shells mark the sites of past starbursts. In dense cluster cores, stars can even collide. Binary pairs can be torn apart by tides near the center. One star captured, one flung away. Some stars reach escape speed and leave forever. The galaxy circulates matter between disk and halo. Dust grains carry organic molecules, simple sugars, alcohols, complex aromatics, raw ingredients for life. When systems form, they inherit this chemistry. Seeds are scattered widely, tucked into cold cradles, waiting. Some stars spin unimaginably fast. The galactic plane is tilted against the ecliptic, so our Milky Way rises at an angle across seasons. White dwarfs older than the thin disk glow faintly in the halo. memories of an earlier epoch. The farthest stars orbit well beyond the arms, faint sentinels that define our reach. Lopsidedness runs through the structure, wrinkles of history in light. Variable stars, Cepheids, are Lyrae, pulse with rhythms that let us measure distance. The Gaia mission maps positions and motions for billions of stars, sharpening our picture, revealing streams, quantifying the warp. The galactic plane is a dense, flattened river. The night is brightest toward the center in Sagittarius, where dust hides the very heart from our eyes. From Earth, we see the Milky Way as a band, not from above, but from within, as if standing in a forest looking along the trunks. We cannot step outside for a top-down view. We piece the truth together from motion, from light, from patience. And now, as the story settles, feel yourself growing heavier into the bed once more. You've wandered through quiet truths, through warps and halos, through streams and cores, through births and endings braided together. You are part of this galaxy, not just a passenger on Earth, but a thread in its long unfolding. The iron in your blood came from old stars. The oxygen you breathe was sculpted by ancient explosions. Your atoms share a lineage with nebulae and suns. Tonight, as you rest, the Milky Way turns on. Stars are forming. Light is travelling. Silent orbits continue. You're floating within it, a small warmth in the dark, held by gravity, held by time, held by the gentle curve of a spiral sea. If your eyes remain open, you may follow to the next chapter. If they close, the galaxy will keep you company anyway. Either way, you're welcome here. Either way, you may sleep. Our galaxy feels like a steady home. When you look up on a clear night, the Milky Way stretches across the sky like a calm river of light, as if it has always been this way. But the truth is different. The Milky Way is not still. It is not untouched. It has grown through encounters, through collisions, through the slow unravelling of smaller companions, and it will continue to change. For billions of years, the Milky Way has been gathering others into itself. Small galaxies wander close, caught in its pull. Gravity reaches out like invisible hands. The smaller systems are tugged, stretched, and slowly unravelled. Their stars scatter into long, delicate ribbons, tidal streams that wrap around our disk. From Earth, they are faint, sometimes invisible to the eye. But when astronomers trace stellar motions with precision, those ghostly rivers appear. Each one is a remnant. Each one is a scar. Each one is a memory of a galaxy that no longer exists on its own. Even tonight, this process continues. The Sagittarius dwarf galaxy, one of our companions, is being torn apart right now. Its stars are already stretched into looping arcs that lace across our halo. Some of them have already joined the Milky Way fully, indistinguishable from the rest. Others still trace the faint curve of their origin. Eventually, all will become part of us. The Milky Way is not pristine. It is stitched together, patchwork, grown from many smaller worlds. And not far away, another future waits. High above the horizon, the Andromeda galaxy drifts. To the naked eye, it appears only as a faint blur, but it is a grand spiral like our own, lying more than 2 million light years away. Despite that distance, it is moving closer, patiently, steadily. In about 4.5 billion years, the Milky Way and Andromeda will meet. It is easy to imagine a clash of stars, a violent storm of impacts, but the truth is gentler. Stars are so far apart that collisions between them are rare, even in galactic mergers. Instead, their gravity will warp the shapes of both galaxies. Their disks will stretch into long, elegant arcs. Great tidal tails will curl outward like ribbons caught in a breeze. Dark matter halos will blend. And deep within the merging hearts, Black holes may spiral toward each other, pulled into a dance that ends in a single, larger core. The meeting will last for billions of years. First, the galaxies will pass through one another, shapes distorted. Then they will fall back together, swinging and folding until at last a single system remains. The Milky Way and Andromeda will no longer be two spirals. They will merge into something new, perhaps an enormous elliptical, perhaps a different spiral form, perhaps something in between. Galaxy vast, quiet, and forever changed. When that time comes, the night sky from Earth, if Earth still exists, will look completely different. Andromeda will grow larger each night, its shape visible across the heavens. Eventually, arcs of stars will stretch overhead, bridges between galaxies. The sky will glow with the light of countless suns drawn into new orbits. It will be beautiful, it will be slow, it will be certain. Galaxies are not eternal in their forms. They evolve, they collide, they begin again. The Milky Way itself carries the evidence. Streams of stars crossing our sky, moving in graceful arcs, are reminders of smaller companions pulled apart long ago. Our halos littered with such remnants. Our disk has been reshaped again and again by quiet mergers. Every orbit, every tilt, every chemical fingerprint in the stars is part of this story. Imagine for a moment that you could drift above the Milky Way and watch its long history unfold. You would see smaller galaxies spiraling inward, stretched thin, their stars torn loose and folded into our arms. You would see collisions shaping the disk, puffing it thicker, warping its edges. You would see great arcs glowing for a while, then fading as their stars spread wide. The Milky Way would look less like a single galaxy and more like a gathering, a family of smaller systems becoming one. Andromeda's approach is part of this same pattern. The two largest galaxies in the local group are destined to meet, their futures intertwined. It will not be the end, it will be a transformation. Galaxies die only in form, never in essence. Their stars continue, their orbits change, their structures renew. As you rest, picture this slow, elegant dance. Two spirals drifting toward each other across billions of years, arms stretched, tails curling, centers folding together. No rush, no violence as we understand it. Only gravity, pulling, shaping, weaving. The Milky Way is not stable because nothing in the universe is truly still. And yet, within this endless motion there is calm, there is rhythm, there is beauty in the way galaxies gather, part and gather again. So tonight, as you breathe more slowly, let yourself imagine the sky of the far future. A sky where Andromeda fills your view, where arcs of stars sweep overhead, where the Milky Way as we know it has become something else. You will not be here to see it, but you are part of it already. You're carried within this galaxy, carried on its path toward that future. Every breath, every heartbeat is part of a story written across billions of years. Collisions sound destructive, but on a galactic scale, they are acts of creation. They shape, they sculpt, they bring forth new forms from the old. The Milky Way you call home was built this way. The galaxy of the future will be built this way too. Rest in that thought. The stars above you tonight are not permanent. The sky itself is not fixed. Everything drifts, everything changes, and yet everything endures. Galaxies meet and merge, stars scatter and rejoin, light travels endlessly through the dark, and you are part of it. The Sagittarius dwarf galaxy is one of those companions being unraveled before our eyes. Imagine it now, a faint collection of stars, small compared to our spiral, drifts too close. The Milky Way's gravity tugs gently at first, then more firmly, stretching the dwarf galaxy into long filaments. Stars that once circled together are pulled apart one by one, their bonds dissolved. Over time they no longer form a separate galaxy. They become streams, curving ribbons that loop around the Milky Way's disk. To an observer with perfect eyes, these arcs would glow faintly across the sky, luminous threads woven into the larger pattern. To us, they are nearly invisible, yet astronomers trace them with care, mapping their paths like ghostly handwriting across the heavens. It is the story of a galaxy becoming part of another, quietly, patiently, inevitably, and there have been others before it. Dwarf galaxies have fallen into the Milky Way across billions of years. Some left behind shells of stars that circle high above our plane. Some reshaped the early disk, puffing it thicker, altering the way our spiral arms unfurled. One great merger long ago added many stars at once, giving our galaxy some of its present structure. The Milky Way is not a singular creation. It is a composite, a gathering, a long weaving of smaller threads into a grander whole. Andromeda waits farther away, but its story is tied to ours. When you step outside on a dark night and lift your eyes, you may just see it, a faint, blurry smudge in the constellation of Andromeda. It does not look threatening, it does not look powerful, but it is enormous, and it is moving toward us. Its spiral arms stretch across more than 200,000 light years. Its stars number in the hundreds of billions, and every moment its gravity draws it closer. In 4.5 billion years, the Milky Way and Andromeda will meet. From Earth, the view will change slowly at first. Night after night, Andromeda will grow larger, a faint oval swelling into a visible spiral. As the approach continues, arcs of stars will stretch between the galaxies, bridges of light across the darkness. Then the first pass will come, disks sliding through each other, shapes warped, arms flung into tails that sweep behind them. They will separate, drawn apart by their momentum, but gravity will not let them go. They will fall back together, circling, merging again until finally they become one. The new galaxy will be something else entirely. Not the Milky Way, not Andromeda, but a single vast system, its form determined by the slow, elegant choreography of gravity. Its black holes may spiral together, colliding in silence, releasing waves through space-time. Its stars will take up new orbits, some flung into distant halos, others gathered into the new core. The shape will no longer be the familiar spiral band across our night sky. It may be more spherical, more diffuse, glowing differently against the dark. A new name will be needed, a new home will have formed. And all of this will happen without chaos as we imagine it. No storms of fire, no rain of colliding suns. Stars are simply too far apart. The vast spaces between them mean that almost none will touch. Instead, it will be motion, gentle but relentless, reshaping patterns on the grandest scale. The galaxies will flow through one another like two clouds of fireflies blending in the night. Think of the scale of this. Human history, every story we have ever told, unfolds in a blink compared to this timeline. Civilizations rise and fall, species appear and vanish. Even entire continents drift across Earth's surface while galaxies are only halfway through their dance. Time on this scale is not measured in days or years, but in orbits, in collisions, in cycles of billions of years. As you rest, let yourself imagine the sky of the future. Billions of years from now, if Earth still circles the sun, the night will not show a narrow band of the Milky Way. Instead, Andromeda will stretch wide, luminous across the heavens. The arcs of tidal tails will curve like glowing bridges. The core of the merger will shine brilliantly, a crowded city of stars. It will be a sky of wonder, vast and changed, unlike anything we have known. But for now, all of this remains in the future. The approach is slow, the merger is certain, and we are passengers in the long story carried forward without effort. Even as you lie here, the Milky Way is absorbing. It is growing. It is reshaping itself through quiet encounters. Streams of stars whisper the memory of lost galaxies. The halo glitters with old companions that have been dissolved. Every orbit, every tilt, every chemical signature tells of collisions past. Collisions sound violent, but on these scales they are creative. They sculpt, they transform, they weave something new from what came before. The Milky Way is not what it once was. The Milky Way will not remain what it is now, and that is the beauty of it. Change, slow and patient, written in starlight. So let your breath slow. Let your body grow heavy against the bed. The galaxy is vast, its stories are long, and you are part of them, carried gently in their flow. There is no need to hurry, there is no need to hold on. The future is already written in the quiet pull of gravity. Tonight, you may simply rest, and so the Milky Way waits, quietly weaving its future. The Sagittarius dwarf stretches thinner each day, scattering its stars like grains of light across our halo. Other dwarfs will follow, drawn in, dissolved, their individuality lost, their essence preserved. The galaxy grows not by standing still, but by welcoming these smaller companions, pulling them close until they no longer stand apart. And far beyond, Andromeda drifts closer, though its approach is so patient that it feels eternal. Each night it shines just a little larger, though our eyes cannot yet see the change. Billions of years from now, it will loom immense in the sky, its spiral arms sweeping across the horizon. The dance will begin, slow and graceful, not an ending, but a renewal. The Milky Way will no longer be as we know it, but something broader, deeper, and endlessly beautiful. Collisions reshape. Collisions create. They are not only destruction, but transformation, turning what was into what will be. Galaxies live through them, carrying scars of encounters, but also new light, new forms, new rhythms. The Milky Way itself is proof. You rest within a galaxy made from the gathered pieces of others, a home stitched from countless forgotten companions. Now, let this thought carry you into stillness. The night above you is not fixed. The stars are not permanent. Even galaxies drift, merge, and begin again. The universe is motion, and yet within it there is peace. You do not need to feel the movement. You do not need to guide it. You're already part of it, carried quietly, gently through time and space. Breathe in slowly. Breathe out softly. As you do, imagine yourself afloat in the arms of the galaxy, a small warmth inside an endless spiral, drifting calmly toward tomorrow. The future is written in starlight, but tonight, the only task is rest. And as you settle deeper, the next story awaits, the tale of our own sun, our own planets, and their long orbit around the Milky Way's heart. A journey so vast it can only be measured in hundreds of millions of years. A galactic year, carrying Earth through neighborhoods of stars, through arms of light and regions of shadow. This is where we turn next. The solar system's long journey around the galaxy. The Earth turns, the moon circles, but even beyond these motions, something greater carries us onward. The entire solar system, our sun, our planets, our comets and drifting dust is travelling too, not standing still, not anchored in one place, but moving endlessly around the heart of the Milky Way. The speed is astonishing, over 800,000 kilometers every hour, 230 kilometers every second, faster than any rocket, faster than any comet we've ever seen. And yet, it feels like nothing at all. There is no rush of air. No tilt, no tug, no sound. Because space is so vast, the distance is so immense, that even this velocity feels like perfect stillness. We are carried forward quietly, like a boat gliding on a boundless invisible tide. This orbit is called a galactic year. It is the time it takes for the Sun to make one loop around the Milky Way's hidden core, 225 million years for a single lap. Measured against human lives, it is unimaginable. Civilizations rise and fall in moments compared to it. Continents shift, mountains crumble, oceans open and close, all within a fraction of one galactic year. Since the Sun was born 4.5 billion years ago, it has circled the galaxy only about 20 times. 20 orbits in all that time. When dinosaurs first appeared on Earth, our solar system was in a different part of the Milky Way. The constellations above them were not the ones we see now. Stars drift, they approach, they recede. Patterns dissolve and reform. The sky we think of as eternal is only a temporary arrangement, a momentary design in a flowing current of light. At the centre of the Milky Way lies Sagittarius A, a supermassive black hole millions of times the mass of our Sun. It holds everything in its pull, not by light, but by gravity. Our solar system orbits at a safe distance about 26,000 light-years away, circling steadily like a quiet suburb around a hidden city. We cannot see the black hole directly, but nearby stars whip around it at dizzying speeds, revealing its presence. It is the conductor of this vast motion, unseen yet essential. Our orbit is not quick, it is not hurried. One loop takes longer than all of recorded history many times over, and yet it continues without pause. Even now, as you breathe slowly, as you lie still, you are moving. The Earth spins, the Moon glides, the Sun leads, and together we drift in a silent procession around the galaxy's heart. Imagine it as a journey. Every few 100 million years, our solar system passes through different neighborhoods of the Milky Way, sometimes through star-forming regions bright with newborn suns, sometimes through quieter lanes, sparse and dim. We drift in and out of spiral arms, crossing rivers of starlight, then emerging into calmer waters. Each region is part of the journey, each one shaping the sky we see, though the changes are too slow for a single lifetime to notice. There is something comforting in this rhythm. The galactic year is so long that we need not measure it. We cannot hurry it. We cannot slow it. It simply carries us. Civilizations may flicker out. Species may come and go, but the orbit continues, unbroken, steady, timeless. We are part of it, held by gravity, moved by forces beyond worry, beyond choice. So as you breathe, imagine yourself resting in a small vessel. Below you, Earth turns in silence, blue and white in the dark. Around you, stars drift, companions in the same current. You look out and see the faint arms of the galaxy curling slowly, endlessly, and you feel yourself carried with them, not rushing, not falling, just drifting, quietly, peacefully through a galactic year. The Sun has made 20 such journeys. It may make 20 more before its light begins to fade. By then, the galaxy itself will have changed, its arms shifted, its neighbours merged, its shape rewritten. But tonight, all of that is far away. Tonight, you can rest in the certainty that you are part of a motion so vast that it needs nothing from you. It holds you, it carries you. Even in stillness, you are already travelling. So close your eyes, feel the calm of that journey. A path measured not in days or years, but in hundreds of millions of years. A cycle that has turned since long before Earth had life. A cycle that will continue long after. The solar system's long orbit around the Milky Way is the quiet rhythm of our home in the universe. And tonight, as you drift towards sleep, you are part of that rhythm, safe and steady, moving gently through the stars. The galaxy still growing. The Milky Way is ancient. It has existed for more than 13 billion years. It is older than Earth, older than the sun, older than the rocks beneath your feet. And yet, it is not finished. It is still growing. This may seem strange. We imagine galaxies as complete pictures, as fixed wheels of stars frozen in their spirals. But galaxies are not paintings. They are not static. They are living structures of motion, shaped and reshaped across cosmic time. The Milky Way continues to gather material even now, deep in this present moment, while you rest. It grows by drawing in gas from the vast spaces between galaxies. The intergalactic medium is not empty. It is laced with hydrogen, thin and faint, drifting between clusters. Gravity gathers these streams, pulling them down into the Milky Way's halo. Some arrive as quiet infalling clouds, moving silently, merging with the disk. Others blaze as they fall, heated and glowing in ultraviolet or X-ray light, flaring briefly before they cool and settle. The galaxy drinks from these cosmic rivers, refreshed by the matter too diffuse for us to see with our eyes. The Milky Way also grows by consuming smaller galaxies. Dwarf companions wander near, caught in the halo's grasp. They unravel slowly, stretched into arcs and streams. Their stars smear across the sky, scattered into long ribbons that loop around the disk. The Sagittarius dwarf is one such galaxy, dissolving even now, its stars already joining ours. It is not a single act, but a process, quiet and patient, spread across hundreds of millions of years. From these mergers, the Milky Way adds to its size, builds its halo, deepens its complexity. Dark matter plays a role too. Though invisible, though unknown in essence, streams of dark matter continue to flow into our galaxy. They add to the hidden halo, the silent frame that outweighs all visible stars. We cannot see this growth, but its gravity reveals itself. The galaxy deepens, not in light, but in presence. The unseen scaffolding becomes denser, shaping the motion of everything within. To imagine this growth, think of a great tree, ancient, tall, rooted deep. But still, each year, it draws water from the soil, pulls sunlight into its leaves, adds rings to its trunk. The tree changes slowly, almost imperceptibly, but it changes. The Milky Way is like that tree. Its age is vast, but it still gathers, still expands, still reshapes itself. Or think of a river. It carves valleys, it carries silt, it sets tributaries along its way. The Milky Way too gathers tributaries, streams of stars, clouds of gas, arcs of dark matter. They pour in quietly, folding into the larger current. The river is never the same from one moment to the next, though its path seems steady. The galaxy is the same, changing, yet continuous. The Milky Way you live in today is not the same one the dinosaurs saw. Their night sky glowed with different neighbours. The arms were shaped differently. Streams were in other places. Even the warp of the disk has shifted since then, and the galaxy your distant descendants may know will be larger still. It will contain more stars, more streams, more history. It will be stitched from the ruins of 1,000 smaller worlds. This growth is not always gentle. Sometimes a dwarf galaxy plunges in, disrupting the disk, scattering stars, sending ripples across the spiral. The galactic warp may be one such scar, bent by encounters with satellites or clumps of unseen mass. Other times the growth is quiet, a cloud slipping in, a stream of gas cooling and falling without disturbance. Like breath, the galaxy inhales, exhales, adjusts. Imagine standing on Earth beneath a dark sky. The pale band of the Milky Way stretches overhead. It feels eternal, but in truth it is a snapshot. A single frame in a film that spans billions of years. If you could watch that film, you would see arms shifting, streams unraveling, clouds pouring in. You would see the galaxy swell, flex, bend, and change shape. Always the same galaxy, never the same form. There is a lesson in this. Growth does not always mean speed. Change does not always mean violence. The Milky Way shows that even in silence, even in patience, there is transformation. It continues to gather what it needs, continues to shape itself without hurry. The timescales are beyond our grasp, yet the process is certain. As you breathe now, the galaxy is breathing too. Not with lungs, but with gravity. Not with air, but with stars and gas. Clouds rise into the halo, then cool and fall again, raining softly back into the disk. This galactic fountain cycles matter, redistributes heavy elements, prepares the way for new generations of stars. Like the tides of an ocean, it is steady, endless, beyond the reach of any single moment. When you look up, you see only a fraction of this story. The naked eye can take in a few thousand stars, but hidden behind dust, faint with distance, are billions more. Billions being born, billions fading, billions waiting to be pulled into new orbits. This is the scale of growth. This is the quiet unfolding that continues while you rest. The Milky Way is not finished. It is still gathering, still deepening, still weaving new layers from old ones. And in this vast process, you are carried too. Your planet, your sun, your body made of stardust, all of it is part of a galaxy still in motion, still reshaping itself. So tonight, let that thought bring peace. The universe is not static. It is alive with movement, alive with creation. And you are part of it, not as an outsider, but as a thread woven into its fabric. The Milky Way grows patiently, silently. And as it does, it carries you forward gently, endlessly into tomorrow. How many arms does the Milky Way have? It seems like a simple question. How many arms spiral from the center of our home galaxy? How many graceful curves reach outward, winding like a cosmic pinwheel? You might expect we would know the answer with certainty. After all, the Milky Way is our home, but the truth is gentler, more mysterious. From within, the structure is harder to see, and so even now, the exact number of arms remains uncertain. We live deep inside the disk. Imagine standing in the middle of a forest. The trees surround you on every side, their trunks blending into one another. You can look forward, look back, look upward, but you cannot easily see the shape of the forest as a whole. That is our position within the Milky Way. We are among the stars woven into the spiral, but we cannot step outside for a clear view. We can only piece the picture together from fragments. Dust clouds complicate the view further. Great swaths of interstellar dust block starlight, hiding entire regions from our eyes. The arms that seem bright may fade abruptly, lost behind these veils. The arms that appear broken may only be hidden, still stretching quietly through the dark. Our instruments pierce deeper than our eyes, but even they face limits. The Milky Way does not reveal its full shape easily. For decades, astronomers believed there were 4 major arms. This image spread widely. Maps, diagrams, models showing 4 sweeping arcs spinning outward from the galactic center. It was neat, it was symmetrical, it was reassuring. But reality is more complex. More recent observations suggest that the Milky Way's arms may not follow such a simple pattern. Some appear to split and fork, diverging like river channels. Others fade into fragments, only to reappear again farther along. What looked like 4 may be fewer, or perhaps more, or perhaps not arms at all, but something more subtle. Think of the arms not as solid bridges of stars, but as patterns, waves moving through the disk. Stars flow in and out of them. Gas clouds are compressed as they pass, igniting bursts of new stars that glow brightly for a while before drifting away. The arms are like traffic jams in space, not fixed objects, but moving patterns that give the illusion of permanence. Seen from above, they form elegant curves. Seen from within, they blur, twist, and split like threads pulled through fabric. The uncertainty about the number of arms reminds us of perspective. We know distant galaxies well. We can photograph their spirals in detail, count their arms, trace their dust lanes. But we cannot leave the Milky Way to look back upon it. We cannot take a single photograph that reveals its true form. We must rely on indirect clues. The the distribution of hydrogen gas, the motion of stars, the bursts of light from newborn regions. From these we sketch an outline, but the sketch is never final. The more we look, the more the picture shifts. Perhaps the Milky Way is less a neat pinwheel, more a living swirl, layered, tangled, evolving. Some arms curl tightly, others drift loosely. Some fade into fragments, others wrap around more than once. It is not symmetry that defines it, but motion. It is not perfection, but complexity, and in that complexity lies its beauty. Imagine drifting above the galaxy, looking down. You might see two strong arms stretching wide. You might see smaller branches, fragmentary arcs fading into the halo. You might see clouds glowing along their curves, nurseries of stars outlining the shape. It would not be simple, it would not be tidy, it would be alive, moving, reshaping itself as you watched. From our place inside, we see glimpses of this. We see arcs of stars across the sky. We see regions glowing with hydrogen where new stars are being born. We see gaps where dust blocks the light. Piece by piece the puzzle forms, but no matter how carefully we trace it, there will always be mystery, there will always be uncertainty. The Milky Way holds itself partly hidden, and perhaps that is fitting. We do not need the certainty of 4 arms or 2. We can rest in the knowledge that we are part of a structure too large to hold in one view. We can marvel at the arms that sweep through space, even if we cannot number them. The galaxy is not meant to be reduced to a diagram. It is meant to be lived within, breathed in, drifted through. Think again of the forest. You do not need to know the number of trees to feel its presence. You do not need to map every path to sense its depth. It surrounds you, it carries you, it shelters you. The Milky Way is the same. Its arms hold us, whether we can count them or not. They stretch outward, curving through the dark patterns of light and dust that weave us into their embrace. So tonight, let go of the need for numbers. Let go of diagrams, of tidy maps. Rest instead in the mystery. Rest in the knowledge that the galaxy's arms may be many or few or fractured or shifting. Rest in the truth that they are beautiful either way. The Milky Way is not a machine with fixed parts. It is a living spiral, always changing, always reshaping itself. Its arms are currents, not walls. Its patterns are flowing, not fixed. And you are part of that flow. You are carried in its curve. You are one with its arms, even if their number is unknown. Breathe slowly now. Picture yourself drifting within a swirl of starlight. Arms curving around you, fading into the distance, branching and rejoining, twisting softly as they move. There is no need to measure them. There is no need to define, only to rest in their embrace. The Milky Way may not be a neat pinwheel. It may be something more wondrous, a swirl that cannot be counted, a form that cannot be captured in one glance. A mystery vast and quiet, holding us gently within it. And as you close your eyes, imagine those arms stretching out across the night. Some bright, some faint, some broken, some whole, all of them together, curving around the center, shaping the home we share. You are within that embrace. You're safe in its spiral. You're carried by arms too vast to count. Rogue stars and hypervelocity wanderers. Most stars move calmly. They drift in orbits that circle the galactic center. Some move faster, some slower, but almost all remain bound within the Milky Way. They are like dancers in a great slow waltz, stepping patiently to gravity's rhythm. But not every star follows the rules. Some are flung outward, some escape altogether. These are the rogues, the hypervelocity wanderers. To understand them, imagine standing near the heart of the galaxy. There lies Sagittarius A, the supermassive black hole, more than 4 million times the mass of our Sun. Its gravity is immense, its pull irresistible. Stars drift close and sometimes pairs wander too near. In that moment, a binary system, 2 stars bound together, meets a fate both violent and strange. One star falls inward, captured, spiraling into the black hole's unseen mouth. Its light vanishes beyond the event horizon, but the other is not swallowed. Instead, it is slingshotted outward, hurled away by the exchange of energy, launched at speed so great it can leave the galaxy behind, over 1,000,000 kilometers every hour, fast enough to escape the Milky Way's gravity completely. These hypervelocity stars race into the dark, glowing like lonely comets without tails. They drift far above the galactic plane, across distances few others reach, and once gone, they do not return. They are exiles, solitary travelers in intergalactic space, carrying with them the memory of the galaxy that flung them away. Not all rogues are born at the center. Some are created when supernovae disrupt a binary pair. Two stars orbit closely, but when one explodes, the balance breaks. The survivor is hurled away at great speed, untethered, set adrift. Others may be ejected by three-body encounters, where gravitational interactions push one star out while the others remain bound. Whatever their origin, the result is the same: a star leaving home. The thought of this may feel lonely. A star travelling alone through the vast dark, no neighbours nearby, no familiar constellations around it. But perhaps it is not loneliness. Perhaps it is freedom. A chance to wander where few stars ever go, to trace a path beyond the arms, beyond the halo, into the quiet gulf between galaxies. Astronomers have found some of these wanderers, racing faster than expected, moving on paths that can only be explained by such expulsion. They are rare, but they exist. Proof that even in a system bound by gravity, escape is possible. The Milky Way, for all its weight, cannot hold every star forever. Picture one now, a glowing sun smaller than our own, hurled into the night. It moves so quickly that no orbit can capture it. Behind it, the galaxy shrinks, the spiral fading into a pale blur. Ahead there is only emptiness, a darkness scattered with faint glimmers of distant clusters. The rogue travels on, endlessly, carrying its light alone. And yet even this has beauty. The galaxy is not just a place of order and symmetry. It is also a place of exceptions, of sudden freedom, of unlikely journeys. The rogue stars remind us of that. They are the outliers, the wanderers, the proof that even in the tightest embrace release can come. As you rest, think of yourself not as fixed but as drifting. Perhaps not flung away but carried. Your body rests still, but you are already in motion. Earth turning, the solar system orbiting, the galaxy itself sweeping through space. You're not bound in place, you're part of a flow. Breathe in slowly, breathe out softly. Each breath is a reminder of movement, of rhythm. Even as you lie still, you are travelling through the galaxy's arms, through the halo, through the great dark between the stars. The hypervelocity stars may never return, but their journeys add to the story of the Milky Way. They show the extremes of gravity's reach, the power of encounters, the way energy is exchanged in cosmic balance. They are rare, yes, but they are real, and they are part of the same galaxy that holds you. So let yourself drift with them in imagination. Picture yourself as a star, light glowing softly, freed from your orbit, moving gently outward. No effort, no fear, only motion. Behind you the spiral fades. Ahead the universe opens, vast and waiting. And you travel peacefully, endlessly into the quiet. Rogue stars remind us of possibility. Even in a galaxy bound by gravity, there are moments of release. Even in the most stable of systems, there are paths outward. The universe is wide, and there is space for wanderers. And as your eyes grow heavy, rest in that thought. You're not trapped, you're not bound too tightly. You're free to drift, free to wander, free to dream. The galaxy carries you, and if ever you drift farther, it will still hold you in its memory. Tonight the rogue stars race outward, and tonight you rest. Both journeys are part of the same universe, vast, endless, and full of wonder. The coming collision. With Andromeda. Look up on a dark, moonless night. Far above the horizon, if your eyes are patient, you may see a faint blur of light. It is delicate, almost ghostly. That blur is Andromeda, another spiral galaxy, vast and luminous, lying more than 2 million light-years away. It seems distant, harmless, even fragile, but Andromeda is moving. Slowly, steadily it drifts toward us, and in time the Milky Way and Andromeda will meet. This approach is not rushed. Each year the distance shrinks by a tiny fraction compared to the scale of the universe. And yet the path is certain. In about 4.5 billion years, the two largest spirals in the local group will collide. It is their fate, written in gravity, written in the slow pull that bends their orbits together. When we hear the word collision, we imagine chaos. We imagine stars crashing, worlds burning, skies filled with fire. But galaxies are made mostly of space. Stars are far apart. So far apart that even when two galaxies pass through each other, stars almost never collide. Instead, it is gravity that does the work. It is shapes that change. It is orbits that are rewritten. Picture it. The two spirals draw close. Their disks begin to stretch. Arms lengthen into tidal tails, curling outward like ribbons in a slow breeze. The graceful spirals warp, bending into elongated arcs. Some stars are flung far into the halo. Others are pulled inward, streaming toward the merging centers. The galaxies pass through each other once, then separate. But gravity does not let go. They swing back, drawn together again, weaving in and out until at last they merge. The black holes at their centers may spiral toward one another. Over time they will circle closer and closer, losing energy in faint gravitational waves. Eventually they may collide, forming a single, even larger black hole at the heart of the new galaxy. It will sit at the center of everything, unseen but powerful, guiding the orbits of stars for billions of years to come. From Earth, if Earth still exists, the view will be breathtaking. Long before the final merger, Andromeda will grow larger in the sky. At first, it will look like a brighter patch of haze. Then its spiral arms will become visible to the naked eye, stretching across the horizon. Night after night, decade after decade, it will loom larger, a glowing arch that dominates the heavens. As the two galaxies draw closer, arcs of stars will stretch between them. The sky will fill with bridges of light, sweeping across the dark. During the first pass, the constellations we know will dissolve. Familiar shapes will vanish. New ones will appear. The sky will be crowded with stars not our own. It will be strange, disorienting, but also beautiful. Imagine lying back on a hillside and seeing two galactic disks overlapping above you, their arms tangled, their cores shining like twin lanterns. It will be a sight no human has ever seen, and perhaps no human ever will, for by then the sun itself will be nearing the end of its life. The merger will last for billions of years. It is not a quick collision, but a slow dance full of pauses and turns. First approach, first pass, separation, return, another pass. Finally fusion, step by step, the two spirals will fold into one. The result will not be the Milky Way as we know it, nor Andromeda as we know it. It will be something new, perhaps a giant elliptical galaxy, rounder, smoother, glowing differently against the night. Some call it Milkdromeda, others simply say the merged galaxy. Whatever its name, it will be vast, holding the combined stars, gas and history of both. And though the shapes will change, though the arms will blur, though the constellations will be lost, the essence will remain. Stars will still shine, new stars will still form, planets will still circle suns, The universe will continue its story unfolding. For us, the collision is not a danger. By the time it happens, Earth may already be uninhabitable, warmed by the swelling sun. But the knowledge of this future carries a kind of calm. We live in a galaxy not fixed, but evolving. We live in a universe where change is the only constant. The Milky Way grew from smaller galaxies. Andromeda did too. Their meeting will be another step, another transformation, another chapter in a long cosmic story. As you lie still, let yourself imagine this slow dance. Two galaxies gliding together across billions of years. Their shapes bending, their arms stretching, their centers circling. No violence, only gravity. No rush, only patience. It is not destruction, it is creation in another form. Breathe in deeply, breathe out softly, let each breath carry you closer to rest as the galaxies themselves move closer to each other. They do not hurry, you do not need to hurry, the future is vast. The journey is long, yeeing, and tonight there is only this moment. The Milky Way and Andromeda are on a collision course, but it is a collision written in beauty, not in ruin. It is a union of two spirals, a blending of histories, a merging of stars, a promise that nothing is truly still and nothing is ever truly lost. And as your eyes grow heavy, you may let go into that thought. The universe is wide, its changes are endless, and you're a part of them, safe, carried, drifting in a galaxy on its way to meet another. Two spirals, two stories becoming one, a quiet, graceful dance across the dark. Backward orbiting stars and galactic memories. Most stars in the Milky Way follow the same path. They orbit the galactic center in one broad direction, like dancers moving together in a vast, patient circle. The spiral arms, the disk, the rhythm of the galaxy, almost all of it flows one way. But not every star obeys. There are exceptions, stars that move against the current, stars that orbit backward. Imagine drifting far into the outer halo, high above the familiar disk. The stars there are older, dimmer, more scattered, and some of them are rebels. Instead of circling the galactic center with the flow, they move the opposite way, tracing paths in reverse. To see them is to notice a quiet defiance, a reminder that not all things in the galaxy are uniform. Why would a star do this? The answer lies in history. These backward orbiting stars were not born here. They are visitors, remnants of galaxies long ago absorbed by the Milky Way. When smaller galaxies were drawn in, their stars did not always align with the Milky Way's rotation. Some entered on tilted paths, some on wide arcs, some directly against the spin. Gravity bound them, yes, but their original motion remained, and so even today they move opposite to the stream. Each one is a clue, a memory written in motion. The Milky Way carries these memories the way a tree carries rings, the way stone carries fossils. In the slow turning of backward stars, we see evidence of ancient mergers. We see proof that our galaxy is not a single pristine creation, but a gathering of many. Think of them as cosmic immigrants. Each backward star tells a story of another galaxy, a smaller one, drawn close, unraveling, giving its stars to the halo. Over time, the galaxies vanished, but their stars remain, still carrying the direction of their first orbits. They are outliers, they are reminders, they are history still alive. From Earth, we cannot see this directly with our eyes. The night sky shows only points of light, seemingly fixed. But with precise instruments, astronomers can measure the motion of these stars. They can tell which ones move with the flow and which ones move against it. And in that difference, the story of the Milky Way's past unfolds. Most stars go one way, a few go the other. And in that contrast, we see the evidence of long-forgotten collisions. We see a galaxy stitched together from many threads. A galaxy built not by stillness, but by gathering. Imagine a great river. Most of its water flows downstream, smooth and steady, but here and there, Eddies swirl backward, small whirlpools running against the current. Those eddies are not mistakes. They are part of the river, shaped by rocks, by bends, by what has flowed before. The backward stars are like those eddies, circles moving in reverse, carrying memory within the flow. The Milky Way has consumed dozens of dwarf galaxies over time. Some were faint and small, some were brighter, with many stars. Each time the Milky Way grew, but it also inherited traces of those companions, their stars, their chemistry, their motions. The backward orbiting stars are the clearest signs of that inheritance. To drift among them would feel different. Their orbits would carry you in the opposite direction. The familiar traffic of stars would pass by like lanterns flowing past in the night, and you would know you are riding the memory of another galaxy long ago lost. There is something peaceful in this. Not everything moves in the same way, not everything follows one rule, and yet all are held by the same center, all bound to the same gravity. Even the backward stars are part of the whole, even the rebels belong. As you breathe slowly now, think of those stars, moving patiently in reverse, high in the halo, quiet and dim. They are not rushing, they are not fighting, they are simply continuing the path they began, long before they were captured. They are threads of history woven into the present. The galaxy holds these memories not in books, not in language, but in motion. Each star is a record, its orbit a line in the story. Together they form a chronicle of mergers, encounters and quiet absorptions. The Milky Way is not just a place of light, it is a place of memory. And you too are part of that memory. Your atoms forged in old stars, your breath shaped by explosions that happened long before Earth was born. The backward stars remind us that not all motion is uniform. Life too is like this. Not every path is the same. Not every journey follows the flow, and yet all are part of the larger story, all are carried forward by the greater pull. So tonight, rest in that thought. It is all right to move differently. It is all right to drift against the current. Even in reverse, you are part of the whole. Even in difference, you belong. The Milky Way carries backward stars as quietly as it carries forward ones. Both circle the same center. Both are embraced by the same gravity. Both are woven into the same spiral of time. Close your eyes now. Imagine yourself drifting in that halo, carried backward while the others flow forward. No conflict, no rush, only the soft difference of motion. Above you, stars arc across the dark. Below you, the galaxy's disk glows faintly, a wide band of light. You circle the center as all stars do, but your path is unique, your orbit your own, and still you are part of the great dance. Backward stars are not mistakes, they are memories. They are proof that the galaxy has lived many lives, consumed many companions, carried many histories. The Milky Way is not a single story, but a library of them, written in starlight. And as you drift towards sleep, you too join that library. You too are part of the memory. The galaxy carries you, as it carries every star, every orbit, every story forward, backward, all bound together in the quiet embrace of time. The Milky Way's many meals, dwarf galaxies consumed. The Milky Way is not a solitary creation. It did not form in one instant, complete and pristine. It is a gathering, a collection, a tapestry woven over billions of years. And one of the ways it has grown is through a long history of cosmic meals. Across time, dozens of dwarf galaxies have wandered too close. Small, faint companions drifting near our halo, fragile compared to the immense spiral. Once caught, they could not escape. Gravity reached out. Slowly, patiently, the Milky Way pulled them in. Some of these galaxies were dissolved gently, their stars stretched into thin streams, wrapping around the disk like threads of silver. Others fell more directly, scattering stars into the halo, thickening it with new orbits. One especially large encounter, the Gaia-Enceladus merger, brought so many stars that it reshaped the early Milky Way itself. It puffed the disk thicker. It altered the balance of orbits. It left behind a signature still visible today. To drift among those stars is to drift among fossils. Each one carries the chemical fingerprint of its birthplace. Some are rich in heavy elements formed in regions where many generations of stars had already lived and died. Others are poor in metals, nearly pure hydrogen and helium, remnants from a younger universe. Together they tell a story of origins far beyond the Milky Way's core. Astronomers trace these histories by studying composition, motion, and distribution. A star moving in a tilted orbit, with chemistry unlike its neighbours, is a clue. A whole family of such stars reveals an ancient merger, and by bit the story emerges. The Milky Way as we see it now is not the work of a single birth, but of countless absorptions. Imagine the galaxy as a vast quilt. Each dwarf galaxy consumed is a patch of fabric stitched in, its colours blending into the whole. Some patches are large, reshaping the design. Others are small, subtle additions, barely noticed but still part of the pattern. Without them, the quilt would not be the same. Without them, the Milky Way would not be what it is. Even tonight, the process continues. The Sagittarius dwarf galaxy is unravelling, its stars spilling into long arcs across the halo. It is one of the Milky Way's most recent meals, still in the process of being digested. Farther out, the Magellanic Clouds may one day share the same fate. For now, they orbit bright companions in the southern sky. But over cosmic timescales, they too may dissolve, their stars scattering into streams that will circle our spiral forever. Think of this as nourishment. The Milky Way grows not by staying still, but by taking in what drifts too close. It deepens its gravity well, strengthens its arms, enriches its halo. It recycles the matter of other galaxies, folding them into its own story. Every star once foreign becomes part of the family. Every orbit once separate becomes another thread in the same spiral. This process is not violent in the way we imagine. There are no explosions as galaxies merge. There is stretching. There is unraveling. There is scattering. It is slow, patient, graceful. A kind of cosmic weaving, a blending of one into another until the smaller is no longer distinct. And yet, the signatures remain. Streams arc across the halo. Groups of stars move together, their chemistry marking them as outsiders long absorbed. The Milky Way remembers its meals, not in words but in motion, not in books but in light. Picture yourself drifting in the halo. All around you are stars pulled from other galaxies. Some move in wide loops tilted at odd angles. Some cluster together faintly, still tracing the outline of the system they once belonged to. You float among them, surrounded by whispers of ancient companions. It feels quiet, but it is full of memory. The Gaia mission has revealed many of these details. By mapping the motions of over 1 billion stars, it shows us the hidden architecture of the Milky Way's growth. It shows streams curling, remnants of mergers stretching across the sky. It shows the scars of encounters we never saw, but which still shape the galaxy today. The Milky Way is a living archive, carrying in its stars the story of its meals. There is something comforting in this. Nothing is lost. Galaxies may dissolve, but their stars remain. They shine still, part of a larger whole. Their light continues, their paths continue, their presence continues. They are not gone, they are woven in. As you breathe slowly, think of the galaxy this way. Not a single thing, but a collection. Not one story, but many. Every dwarf galaxy consumed is another chapter. Every backward star, every tilted orbit, every stellar stream is a line of memory. And together, They form the book of the Milky Way. The night sky above you holds hints of this. Thin arcs of stars, faint clusters, patterns that seem unusual, all are traces of meals long past. We may not see them with our eyes, but they are there. They surround us. They carry the history of billions of years, so let yourself rest in that thought. You are part of a galaxy built from many galaxies. You're part of a family gathered from across the universe. Your atoms too were once elsewhere, forged in other stars, carried across space, folded into Earth. You are not separate from this process. You're an expression of it. The Milky Way has eaten dozens of dwarf galaxies. It may eat dozens more. Each time it grows, each time it changes, each time it carries forward the memory of what came before. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself as one of those stars. Once part of a smaller galaxy, now part of the Milky Way. You orbit in silence, bound by gravity, shining softly. You are no longer what you once were, but you are not lost. You are woven into something larger, something enduring, something infinite. The Milky Way is not a single being, it is a chorus. It is a gathering of voices, and tonight, as you drift into sleep, you are one of those voices. Quiet, gentle, eternal in the flow of time. Chemical fingerprints of stars. Every star carries a star, not in words, not in sound, but in the light it shines. Inside that light lies a fingerprint, a pattern of elements written at the moment of birth. A star's chemical makeup is a secret diary, quietly recording where it came from, how it formed, and what came before. When astronomers study starlight, they pass it through instruments that split it apart, spreading it into colours. And within those colours are lines, dark gaps where specific elements absorb light. Hydrogen, helium, iron, calcium, carbon. Each leaves its own mark. Each tells a piece of the story. Some stars are rich in heavy elements. They sparkle with iron, calcium, magnesium, elements forged in earlier generations of stars scattered into space by supernovae, gathered again into new suns. These stars are children of a mature galaxy, born in regions where the cycle of life and death has already turned many times. Other stars are almost pure, made mostly of hydrogen and helium with only the faintest trace of heavier atoms. These are ancient, born when the universe itself was young, before many supernovae had spread their riches. Their light is simpler, more pristine. They are fossils of an earlier cosmos, carrying the memory of a time when stars were the first sparks in the dark. By comparing these fingerprints, astronomers group stars into families. Some share the same elements, pointing to a common birthplace. Others stand apart, their chemistry foreign, suggesting they were born in galaxies later consumed by the Milky Way. In this way, chemistry becomes a time machine. It lets us look back across billions of years, tracing the story of mergers, collisions, and starbirths. Imagine drifting through the galaxy, pausing beside each star. Each one whispers its history in the language of light. One says, "I was born in a rich cluster, where generations had lived before me." Another says, "I am old, older than the Milky Way itself, my atoms nearly untouched since the dawn of time." Another says, "I came from elsewhere, pulled here when my galaxy was unmade." Together they form a chorus, each note unique, each one essential. The Milky Way is stitched together from these stories. Some stars tell of quiet nurseries in spiral arms, clouds collapsing gently into suns. Others tell of violent mergers when galaxies collided and their stars were scattered into new orbits. Some reveal abundance, born in regions full of heavy elements. Others reveal scarcity, carrying only the bare essentials. The diversity is the proof. The galaxy is not a single birthplace, but many, and within this diversity we find ourselves. The iron in your blood was forged in a star. The calcium in your bones, the oxygen you breathe, the carbon in your cells, all came from earlier generations of stars. You're made of fingerprints too, echoes of countless stellar lives. Every breath you take is part of this lineage. You are chemistry come alive, a living continuation of the galaxy's history. The next time you see the night sky, remember this. Each star shining above you carries a signature of its origin, invisible to the naked eye, but present nonetheless. The galaxy is not just a river of light, it is a library of chemical stories. Every star a page, every spectrum a line of ancient poetry written in starlight. Think of how peaceful that is. You do not need to read the lines yourself. You do not need to know which elements mark which stars. It is enough to rest in the knowledge that the story is there, that the universe keeps its record faithfully, that nothing is forgotten. Close your eyes and picture yourself drifting deeper into the spiral arms. You pass clusters glowing blue with newborn stars. Their fingerprints are rich, vibrant, drawn from gas enriched by many lives before them. Then you pass solitary stars, dim and red, their light nearly pure, their chemistry sparse, their elders carrying memory from the earliest times. You float among them, hearing their silent stories. Each orbit, each glow, each whisper of light adds to the song of the galaxy. The Milky Way does not keep its history in stone, it keeps it in stars, and those stars shine it outward, across millions of light years, waiting to be seen, waiting to be understood. As you breathe slowly now, let that thought calm you. You're surrounded by history, not the history of kings and empires, but the history of matter itself, a history written not on pages, but in light. You're part of it. Your atoms once burned in stars, scattered, gathered and reborn. You are starlight that has learned to rest, to breathe, to dream. So tonight, drift with that thought. The galaxy holds its memory gently. The stars are its storytellers. And you, quiet, breathing, drifting towards sleep, are part of that same story, carried softly in the arms of the Milky Way.